On September 16, 1982, members of a Lebanese Christian militia known as the Phalange, led by Elio Beqa, in coordination with the Israeli army, stormed the Sabra and Shatila Palestinian refugee camps in South Beirut, killing between 800 and 3,500 Palestinian refugees and Lebanese civilians in 2 days. Mahmoud Surur remembers the piles of the bloated corpses. He lost 7 members of his family in what was one of the most brutal massacres of the Lebanese civil war.
When I entered the house, I saw that they killed my mother, my father, and 5 of my brothers and sisters. Some of my neighbors were beheaded. Other bodies had been tied up and raped.
A small museum inside Shatila camp also preserves memories of the Palestinian refugees' decades of trauma and forced displacement.
This reflects the lifestyle of the Palestinians before 1948. If you don't have the past, you will not have the future. They want us to be slaves, but we will not be slaves. We are fighting for our right.
More than 4 decades after the massacre, Palestinians at the camp say life is still unbearable. Now, the war in Gaza and the clashes along the Lebanon-Israel border raise fears of a wider conflict. Jamila Shehadeh directs the Shatila Center of Beit Atfal Sumud, an NGO that addresses the needs of Palestinian refugees in Lebanon.
What we are witnessing in Gaza brings to mind the Sabra Shatila massacre, and perhaps it will soon be our turn to suffer the same fate. That is why we are scared. War means destruction.
People here say images of the war in Gaza are driving them to unconditionally support Hamas militants.
Hamas is a true Palestinian resistance movement. It is carrying out whatever Palestinian would like to do. If Israel attacks Lebanon, every Palestinian must be part of the resistance, and I am one of them.
The Hamas-backed Gaza Health Ministry says more than 14,000 people have been killed there since Israel launched the war against the US-designated terror group in response to coordinated attacks on October 7th. On that day, Hamas gunmen killed 1,200 people, mostly civilians, and kidnapped more than 200 people, including children. Israel says it has been preparing to open a second front in its war on militants if Hezbollah steps up its attacks from southern Lebanon. Lebanon is already on the verge of collapse after years of the economic chaos. The rising anger and tension among Palestinians in the country and the prospect of a new all-out war is for many Lebanese cause of concern. Nicole Di Ilio, VOA News, Beirut.